How many of you like this atmosphere?
Very nice.
Very nice place, right?
Like this atmosphere.
Very nice. Banyan tree, village side, gentle breeze. Beautiful. So, during Ramanujacharya's time, Ranganath Mandir will always get crowded. There will be always people throughout the year, festivals, and Ramanujacharya had thousands of disciples. So, Acharyas will come here, sit in this place, and write all great scriptures, Bhashyam, Vyakhyanam, explanations. All those explanations which we see in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, most of it. Actually, ISKCON started spreading this knowledge maybe for the past 30-40 years. But Sri Vaishnavas have the credit of preserving this knowledge for many, many years, centuries. So, many of those great literatures were written in this place. They came here for a peaceful place and they were sitting and writing. One primary disciple of Ramanujacharya, his name was Pillai Loka Acharya. He only wrote many of the Bhashyams. So Pillai Loka Acharya used to come here, sit down in this place and write books. It was a jungle. It was a wild forest, and there used to be elephants and many wild animals roaming in that place. So when Acharyas used to sit and write, wild elephants and other animals, they all roam in this place. So the villagers got very upset. Acharyas never got upset. They are not scared. Imagine you are reading Bhagavatam and a tiger is standing behind you. How it will be? Will you pay attention?
No.
Huh? On the tiger. We cannot pay attention. We have so many distractions in this world. The moment you entered a household life, that itself is a distraction. Very difficult. It is not easy. தமிழ்ல சொல்லணுமா? இங்கே ஆச்சாரியர்கள்லாம் கிரந்தங்கள்லாம் எழுதிக்கிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அதில் ரொம்ப பிரசித்தமான ஆச்சாரியர் பிள்ளை லோகாச்சாரியர். அவர் நிறைய பாஷ்யங்கள், கட்டியம், கிரந்தம் இதெல்லாம் இங்கே உட்காந்து அவர் எழுதுவார். அப்போ அந்த காலத்தில் இது காட்டு பகுதியாக இருந்தது. It was like a wild jungle and all kinds of animals roam here. நிறையா காட்டு மிருகங்கள்லாம் இந்த இடங்களில் சுற்றிக்கிட்டு. ஸோ நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா from Bhagavatam, when Parikshit Maharaj was hearing from Shuka Maharishi, Shuka Brahmam, Shuka Maharishi கிட்ட இருந்து பரீட்சித் கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கும்போது, somebody was waiting for the 7th day. 7வது நாளுக்காக ஒருத்தர் காத்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தார். யார் காத்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தா? Who was waiting? Takshaka was waiting. He is damn sure that the 7th day Takshaka is going to bite him. 7வது நாள் தக்ஷகன் கடிப்பான்ங்கிறதுல ஒரு சந்தேகம் இல்லை. But Parikshit Maharaj completely forgot about Takshaka and involved in Bhagavatam. தக்ஷகனை மறந்துக்கிட்டு பாகவதம் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்காரு. Imagine you are listening to பாகவதம் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கீங்க, and there is a snake under you. சேருக்கு அடியில் பாம்பு இருக்கு, உட்காந்து கேட்பீங்களா? Will you be able to listen? If there is a snake under you, even if there is a toy snake also, we can't sit and patiently listen. We have so many distractions. I am 100% sure Even though you are sitting here, your consciousness is not 100% involved here. இங்க உட்கார்ந்திருந்தா கூட 100% நம்ம உணர்வு இந்த விஷயத்துல இல்லை. How many of you don't agree with this? How many of you agree with this?
100%.
Very difficult. It is very, very difficult to pay attention even for 30 minutes. 30 நிமிஷம் கூட நம்மளால கவனிக்க முடியல. You know how these acharyas were? They were fully attentive. அதுதான் நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நாள் சொன்னேன், undivided attention. They were so much attentive. Prahlad was peacefully sitting when there was fire around him. சுத்தியும் தீ பிடிச்சிருக்கு, அவர் அமைதியாக உட்காந்து ஜபம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கார். Who was chanting? And wild lion and elephant is standing in front of him saying Mahaprasade Govindi, and he was very peacefully chanting. Right? That is the sixth element in Sharanagati. Sharanagadiயினுடைய அடிப்படை தத்துவம், எல்லா சூழ்நிலையிலும் இறைவன் என்னை காப்பாற்றுவார்ங்கிற நம்பிக்கையில் மன அமைதியோட சாண்டிங் பண்ணுறோம். கிருஷ்ணா வில் டேக் கேர் ஆஃப் எவ்ரி திங், ஐ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டு வரி அப்படின்னு நினச்சிட்டு பீஸ்ஃபுல்லி வி ஹேவ் டு கோ ஹெட் வித் சாண்டிங். இஸ் இட் பாசிபிள்? Simply by chanting we get a peaceful mind, and the peaceful mind is the only focused mind. அமைதியான மனது தான் தியானம் பண்ணக்கூடிய மனது. If you have millions of things, somewhere we have a guarantee tomorrow I will be okay. My golden days are going to come yet, you know, it is still on the way. It is never going to happen. அதெல்லாம் நடக்காது. நாளையிலிருந்து என்னுடைய ஜபம் சரியாயிடும், நாளையிலிருந்து என்னுடைய பக்தி சரியாயிடும், அது நடக்கவே நடக்காது. It will never happen. Are we ready? The moment we are sitting down, are we able to focus 100%? If it is not going to happen, it will never happen. இந்த சூழ்நிலையில் அமைதியாக என்னால் கிருஷ்ணரை தியானம் பண்ண முடியுமா? பண்ண முடிஞ்சால் பெஸ்ட், இல்லைன்னா அது நடக்கவே செய்யாது. So, this great Acharya, Pillai Lokacharya, was sitting here in this place and he was writing scriptures. அவர் வந்து அமைதியாக புத்தகங்கள் எழுதிக்கிட்டு இருந்தார். Then all this lion and all these animals were standing behind. Villagers felt very bad. அவர் பக்தர்களுக்கு வந்து ஊர்க்காரங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப சங்கடமாக போச்சு. So they were praying to Ranganaji. This Narsimha temple is part of Ranganath temple. Both put together one Divya Desham. இந்த நரசிம்மர் கோயில் ரங்கநாதர் கோயிலினுடைய ஒரு பாகம் தான். இது ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து தான் திவ்ய தேசம், தனி திவ்ய தேசம் கிடையாது. It's part of that main Divya Desham. So, Lord appeared here from a special tree. இந்த ஆச்சாரியர்களை காப்பாற்றுவதற்காக நரசிம்மர் வந்து இங்கே அவதாரம் பண்ணார். Actually, Lord Narsimha appeared to chase these wild animals. இந்த காட்டு விலங்குகளை வந்து பயமுறுத்தி ஓட்டுறதுக்காக நரசிம்மர் அவதாரம் பண்ணார். Lord Narsimha appeared. But it seems he was so beautiful, even the villagers forgot about the wild animals and started worshipping him. அவ்வளவு அழகாக இருந்தார் நரசிம்மர். ஊர்க்காரங்க இந்த யானை சிங்கத்தையெல்லாம் மறந்துட்டாங்க. அதுதான் பக்தி. என்னைக்கு கார்மேக வர்ணனான ஷியாமசுந்தரனுடைய தாமரை இதழ் போன்ற கண்களை தியானிக்கும் போது மற்ற லௌகீக விஷயம் மனசில் வராமல் இருக்குதோ அன்னைக்கு தான் நம்ம பக்தராயிருக்கோம். இப்போ நம்மளில் எத்தனை பேர் பக்தர்? You got the point? The day when we can peacefully meditate on the lotus petaled eyes of Lord Shyamasundara without any deviation, that means you have begun your devotional life. So where are we now?
We are nowhere.
Very far. என்றைக்கு அந்த மாதிரி நம்மளால் தியானம் பண்ண முடியும்? அப்போது ஒரு தடவை இது ஒரு ஆச்சாரியர் சொன்ன உதாரணம். நிறைய வணிகர்கள் வியாபாரிகள்லாம் ஒரு கப்பலில் போயிட்டுருக்காங்க. lot of businessmen, they are traveling in a ship and there was a huge turmoil, storm. அந்த கடலில் வந்து பயங்கரமான அலைகள் கொந்தளிக்குது. பெரிய புயல் காற்றெல்லாம் வீசுது, heavy storm was blowing, all sorts of things were happening and the businessmen were panicking. அந்த வியாபாரிகள்லாம் பயப்பட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. And there was one saint on the boat, on the ship. கப்பலில் ஒரு அமைதியான ஒரு துறவியும் இருந்தார், ஒரு ஆன்மீகவாதி இருந்தார். And all the businessmen were so disturbed, they're all praying to their இஷ்ட தெய்வம்ஸ். இந்த பிஸ்னஸ் வியாபாரிகள்லாம் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. சிலர் நரசிம்மா, சிலர் ராமா, ப்ளீஸ் சேவ் அஸ், ஐ வில் கிவ் யூ கோல்டன் க்ரௌன், ஐ வில் கிவ் யூ நவரத்ன மாலா, யூ ப்ளீஸ் சேவ் மீ, ஐ வில் do, எல்லாம் பேச ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. All the businessmen were promising and that sadhu was so peaceful. ரொம்ப அமைதியாக அந்த சாது உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருந்தார். So the businessmen went and shouted at sadhu. இந்த வியாபாரிகள்லாம் கோவப்பட்டு திட்டுறாங்க. யார? Sadhu. Why they
How
were
are you so
scolding?
calm?
Yeah, see, we are not devotees and we are not spiritual people, still we are praying, and you wear the saffron cloth, you are supposed to be a spiritual man and you are not praying. நாங்கெல்லாம் பிரார்த்தனை பண்றோம், நீ ஏன் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணல அப்படின்னு. அப்போ அந்த அமைதியான சாது சொன்னாரு, நீ வியாபாரி, உன் புத்தியை எப்பவுமே காமிப்ப, you are a businessman. What are you doing now? It's not devotion, you are trading with God. Save me, I will give you crown. Save me, I will give you necklace. You are trading. But I am ready to accept all those decisions of the Lord. பகவானுடைய கட்டளை தீர்மானத்தை நான் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள தயாராக இருக்கிறேன். So what is real devotion? Are we devotees? Do we do this trading?
Yes, doing.
We are doing the trading?
Little problem.
Little. Many times when we go, devotees come and say, Prabhuji, please pray, my son is at 10th standard. My daughter is getting married, please pray. அவர் என்ன சாங்ஷன் பண்ண உட்கார்ந்திருக்காரா? இந்த உலகம் நம் வாசஸ்தானம் கிடையாது. This material world is not your home. Come back to my place, that is your eternal home. இதை விட்டுட்டு வான்னு சொல்ல he is come with an invitation. நம்ம போய் என்ன பண்றோம்? இதை நல்லாக்கி தாங்கன்னு கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம். Please convert my present home into a better one. Right? It is entirely a different thing. So, as we progress in devotion, ஆன்மீகமா உயர உயர, we have to repair ourselves. We have to correct ourselves a lot. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka, Yajñasishtashinah Shanto Muchyante Sarva Kilbishai. Then, Dogam Papa Ye Paschami Atma Karanat. What is the meaning? Yajñasishtashinah Shanto. What is the meaning?
One who offers my devotee offers one who is not offering.
Yeah. Anybody who offers in sacrifice, யாகத்தில் தியாகம் பண்ணனா, that yajna system is purified. The things are purified. If you offer anything to Lord, it is purified. And there is another shloka. Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्तिम् उपहृत्यम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः.
Meaning.
If you offer a flower, leaf, water,
or fruit
with love,
I will
devotion,
accept
I'll
it.
accept.
ஏதொரு பக்தன் ஒரு துளி இலையோ பால் வாட்டர் தண்ணீரோ இதோ, இஃப் ஹி ஆஃபர்ஸ் வித் லவ் அண்ட் டிவோஷன், பக்தியோட எனக்கு சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணனா, நான் அந்த பக்தியை ஏற்றுக்கொள், ஐ அக்செப்ட் தட் லவ் அண்ட் டிவோஷன். ரைட்? தெர் இஸ் அ ஸ்மால் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பிட்வீன் தீஸ் டூ வர்சஸ். இந்த இரண்டு ஸ்லோகத்துக்கும் ஒரு சின்ன வித்தியாசம். In the first shloka, Krishna is telling, I will purify it. In the second shloka, Krishna is telling, I will accept that. Right? So when you render seva to Lord, if it is not with devotion, Krishna is not going to accept it. He will just purify it. பக்தி இல்லாமல் சேவை செய்தால் பகவான் அந்த தொண்டை பரிசுத்தமாக்குறார். The moment you are involved and devotion is there, then he accepts it. பக்தியோட செய்தா மட்டும்தான் என்னது? He is accepting it. For example, you are going and offering bhoga for Lord. You are all offering and eating, no, at home. எல்லாருமே வீட்டு இல்லையா? எல்லாரும் வீட்டில் சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணிட்டான you're offering anything. The day you offer with love and devotion, then it is prasadam. If you are not offering with love and devotion, it is just purified. Krishna is still merciful. What he does? He purifies it. கொடுக்கறத வந்து சுத்தமாக்கிடுறாரு. அவர் கருணை வாய்ந்தவர். ஆனால் அவர் accept பண்ணாரா இல்லையான்னு எப்படி தெரியும்? How you will know whether he has accepted or not? For example, you all came on Friday, right? Friday morning you offered, or Thursday you offered. Thursday உங்க வீட்டில் purified food பிரசாதமா? பல்வான் பிரபு.
Taste நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா இது பிரசாதம்.
How can you say whether it is purified food or prasad? We think Mahaprasad எல்லாம் போட்டு அடிச்சுக்கோங்க. Many times, if you are not involved with consciousness, it is not prasad. Krishna is not a machine. You go and feed him and he is going to accept it. Bhagavan வந்து ஒரு யந்திரம் கிடையாது. Just கொண்டு போய் you keep that in front of the Namo Brahmanyavada. He is not going to accept it, right? Even to your baby, your own kid, you feed him without love, whether he will accept it? வேற ஏதாவது வேலையை பாட்டு சாப்பிடு டும்னு கொடுத்தா it will come out. Will he accept? Even to your husband, you go and throw the plate right in front of the table, take roti too. Will he accept? அப்படியே அந்த பிளேட் மூஞ்சில வரும். So how do you accept that the Lord will take it? Right? So still Lord is very merciful. What he does, he purifies it. கடவுள் கருணை வாய்ந்தவர் கிருஷ்ணர். அதனால அதை வந்து சுத்தமாக்கிறார். ஆனால் accept பண்ணல. Only that those days when you offer with love, he accepts it. அன்பாக, that's where in devotion you have to be involved. It is not a mechanical process. Devotion lies in the details. பக்தியுடைய ஆழத்துல தான் அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. மெக்கானிக்கலா செஞ்சு அவர் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள மாட்டார். It will not happen, right? Do you agree or not? Yes. So I was telling the other day, that is the difference between animal and human. Human has to evolve. Every day we have to evolve. Evolve ஆகிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். நான் வந்து உள்ளுக்குள்ள சுத்தமாய், I have to be purified inside. Like Ramanujacharya, he took the hot sand from the kids and he tasted it. It was so tasty, sweeter, that he has never experienced a prasad like that. அந்த ராமானுஜர் கதை சொன்னோம்ல, அந்த மண்ணை சூடு மண்ணை வாங்கி வாயில போட்டார், right? It is all to do with consciousness. Right this moment you can be devotional. And our acharyas are not normal people in sampradaya. நம்ம சம்பிரதாயத்தில் வந்து சாதாரணமானவர்கள் கிடையாது ஆச்சாரியர்கள். Who is the guru, spiritual master for Srinivasa Acharya? Srinivasa Acharya, spiritual master. No, Jiva Goswami is Siksha Guru. Srinivasa Acharya is I think Madhu Pandit Das Goswami. Someone, I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know, one of this. So our guru வந்து he was sitting and meditating. He was praying, and in his consciousness he was slowly involved in Radha Krishna. குரு வந்து ஆன்மீகமா தியானம் பண்ணிட்டு அவருடைய கவனம் பூரா it is going in Radha Krishna Leela, right? And at that time Radha and Krishna, they were having pastimes inside Yamuna. யமுனையில வந்து லீலைகள் விளையாண்டுகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. யாரு? ராதா கிருஷ்ணா. And Radha Rani's finger lost. She dropped the finger inside Yamuna. Finger ring. She dropped the finger ring inside Yamuna. எங்க நடக்குது இது? Yamuna. Where is Yamuna? Acharya is meditating a pastime that is happening in Goloka. You should understand. Acharya is in the material world. இவர் பூமியில தான் இருக்கார். லீலை எங்க நடக்குது? It is happening in Goloka. And from here he is envisioning that Radharani lost her finger ring. அந்த மோதிரத்தை விட்டுட்டாங்க. And his Atma, the soul, is also there enjoying that pastime. So suddenly gopis called him and said, anyway you are just witnessing, na? We have so many other things to do, search for the ring. One மோதிரத்தை தேட சொல்லிட்டாங்க. Right? His mortal body is in Vrindavan. He is sitting in Vrindavan and meditating. The soul has traveled there. Atma anga poi, it is searching for the ring. And here disciples are waiting and waiting and waiting, and Acharya is sitting still, no movement at all. அவர் உடல் வந்து ஒரு அசைவு கூட கிடையாது. It's like sitting like a hard rock. Right? The soul has traveled to Goloka. ஆன்மா வந்து கோலோகத்துக்கு போயிடுச்சு. It is gone days after days. Acharya is sitting there, ஒரு அசைவு இல்லாம அப்படியே உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கார் for days. And he is still looking for the ring. Right? Then Srinivasa Acharya came and found his spiritual master is in trance. ஆன்மீக குரு வந்து வேற உலகத்தில் இருக்காருன்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டார். So he sat next to him meditating. பக்கத்தில் உட்காந்து அவர் தியானம் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சார். So he followed his guru. The soul, ஆத்மா வந்து அவரை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுச்சு. Right? He went and told there, thousands of people are waiting for you. You go, I will look for the ring. Right? See, intensity of their devotion. This is not story, really happened. Nadanda Vishya. Right? And Narottam Das Thakur, he took birth in a low-class family, not from a Brahmana family. Narottam Acharya வந்து தாழ்ந்த குலத்தில் பிறந்தவர். அவர் வந்து இவர் கிடையாது, பிராமண குலத்தில் பிறந்தவர் கிடையாது. Right? And he was preaching to many people. நிறைய பேருக்கு பிரச்சாரம் பண்ணினார். Then one day he attained samadhi. He attained samadhi. இறந்து போய் சமாதி ஆயிட்டார். யாரு? Who? Narottam Das Thakur. He attained samadhi. Then villagers started complaining, your guru is a low class person, he is not a brahmana. People started blaming him. சிஷ்யர்கள்லாம் வந்து அவரை குறை சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. யார? Narottam Das Thakur. After 1 year, on the Tithi, disappearance Tithi, that death anniversary, disciples are all standing and crying at the samadhi of Narottam Das Thakur after 1 year. ஒரு வருடம் கழிந்து நரோத்தம் தாஸ் டாக்கூருடைய சமாதியில் உட்காந்து அழுதுகிட்டு இருக்காங்க சிஷ்யர்கள்லாம். You know what happened? After 1 year, Narottam Das Thakur walked from the samadhi. After 1 year, அவர் எந்திரிச்சு வந்துட்டார். He walked. He said, come, I will come and preach with you. Then he preached for many, many days with his disciples. Then he told, take my body on top of Padma river in Bangladesh. Bangladeshல கொண்டு போய் பத்மா நதிக்கு they floated his body. Really happened just 300 years back. They dropped his body. His body went inside Padma river and milk started flowing out. His body got converted into milk. Just happened recently. Narottam Das, that's how he attained samadhi. All these acharyas, our sampradaya, is not a normal thing. It is amazing that somehow, by someone's mercy, we became part of this family. யாருடையோ கருணையினால நம்ம வந்து இந்த குடும்பத்தில் ஒரு மெம்பர் ஆயிட்டோம். Right? Like you know that story. When Duryodhana and Arjuna went to ask Krishna, on whose side you are fighting? ரெண்டு பேரும் கேட்க போனாங்க, யார் பக்கம் சண்டை போடுறீங்க? Duryodhana went and sat next to his head, and Arjuna was sitting at the feet. And Krishna opened his eyes, kanna thorandittu கேட்டார், oh Arjuna, எப்போ வந்த? When did you come? So nice to see you. What is the problem? And Duryodhana answered from the back of his head. Duryodhana was sitting there. Talak pinnadi paathu. No, I came first. Oh, you are also here. Okay, what is the program? என்னத்துக்கு வந்தீங்க? ரெண்டு பேரும் யுத்தத்துக்காக. On whose party you will be? Then Krishna said, both of you came together. But I saw Arjuna first. I will give the preference to Arjuna. Duryodhana said, no, I came first. You should ask. Okay, chalo, I will ask you. Right? What do you want? Anyway, then he said, all the kings and monarchs and emperors in the world, they have decided on whose party they are. Pandavas or Kauravas, except you. Hey Shyama Sundara, please let us know on whose side you wanted to fight. Then Krishna said, both of you came together, na? So I will give the preference. I'll give a choice. I will be on one side without taking weapons. I will be standing alone. and my whole Yadu army, which has never faced defeat in the battle in the history, will be on the other side. நான் ஒரு பக்கம் நிற்பேன், ஆயுதமெல்லாம் எடுக்க மாட்டேன். என்னுடைய யது படை, இதுவரை சரித்திரத்தில் தோல்வியே காணாத யது படை வந்து இனி ஒரு பக்கம் நிற்கும். துரியோதனா, what you want? Still the choice went to Duryodhana. Krishna he didn't show partiality. Then Duryodhana was thinking very deeply. ரொம்ப யோசிச்சார் Duryodhana. Right? If you were there, what you will do? Sure. So Duryodhana said, so that means you won't fight, right? நீங்க சண்டையெல்லாம் போட மாட்டீங்களா? Krishna said no. You won't even lift a weapon? Krishna said no. Then I'll take Yadu army. What's the use of having you without? சும்மா உங்களை வச்சுக்கிட்டு என்ன பிரயோஜனம்? This is what is happening in this world. They don't want Lord in their life, but they wanted everything which is created by Lord. They want gold, they want money, they want position, they want fame, they want beauty, they want health. It is all coming from Satyabhama and Lakshmi Devi. They want all these things, but they don't want Narayan, they don't want Krishna. They're going to temple, what they are praying? Krishna, I don't want you in my life, please send me your wife alone. Crazy, right? That is what is happening. People go and say, please forgive me, please give me my health back, please give me money back. They're not saying, Krishna, you bless me, you come in my life. So we are all Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Who are you?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Right? Very, very strange. So Arjuna said, I will take Yadu army. Yadu padai mattum podum.
Duryodhana, Prabhu Duryodhana.
Sorry, Duryodhana. Right? And see, an amazing thing happened in the battle. Krishna was on one side. Who is on the opposite side?
Duryodhana. Krishna's army.
Yeah, Krishna's own army. And who are Yadavas? Krishna's cousins, nephews, his children, his grandchildren, his relatives, his own people were there on the opposite side. So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna. He knows everything about everybody because it's all their own people, right? He's telling that Yadava, Satyaki, he is powerful in this. He's got special talent. He has got, attack him, shoot him from the right, shoot him from the... He is encouraging Arjuna to kill his own people. Is it not a sacrifice? It is a sacrifice. So when a person becomes devotee, Lord gives preference to that devotee and walks into his life and keeps arranging so many things. Actually, we are not serving Krishna. On the contrary, Krishna is serving all of us. நம்ம வந்து பகவான சேவை செய்யலை. யாரும் நம்மளை சேவை செய்யலாம்? பகவான் தான் நமக்கு சேவை செய்யலாம். So we have to rise up. உயரணும் ஆன்மீக வாழ்க்கையில். We have to be more serious. Our chanting should be more perfect. Our commitment towards spiritual master. It seems from the scriptures, spiritual master is always searching for a qualified disciple. He has got hundreds and thousands of disciples, but he is always looking for the right one. Right? ஆன்மீக குரு வந்து எப்பவுமே யோக்கியனான ஒரு சீடனை தேடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கார். We should raise to that expectation. Thank you very much. Any questions? ஏதாவது கேள்விகள்? Any questions? Any comments?
The question again.
He's asking that prasadam thing, na, I said it's sometimes purified food, sometimes it is prasadam.
How to identify?
He
The taste.
identifies. We get cheated by our minds. We always, we are always expert in hunting the ghost in others' heart, forgetting there is a bigger ghost in our own heart. We always do that. We are, always trying to hunt, finding fault in others, but we have bigger faults. So when you ask your mind is going to say, it's always prasad. But then the reality may be something else. But then we have to be involved. Devotion lies in the details. You know, when you go to bed, are we able to take a few split seconds thinking of Krishna? One day is over in my life. I'm not focused yet. I'm not consciously involved in your devotion yet. Please, so that my next day can be a proper one. And when you wake up, prayer is a few split second relationship between Jivatma and Krishna. But if you analyze yourself deeply, we are not able to spend that few seconds also. We are not able to. Even in the chanting I am not involved. Even in the prayer I am not involved. But somewhere, some feeling, tomorrow I will be okay. From next week I will be okay. My kid is just 5-year-old. Once he becomes 8th, see, I am going to dedicate. I told you. It never happens.
Effectively, we are not eating prasad. That's what you're saying.
Pardon?
Effectively, we are not eating prasad.
அந்த விளையாட்டுக்கு நான் இல்லை.
One thought, maybe what happens is whatever we want, we will prepare. Basically, if we want to eat
That is the
paratha,
primary thing.
so basically, maybe we have to develop our consciousness in such a way that we feel that Krishna would like to eat this item today.
Yes.
And then probably.
Initially in devotional life, we will do things which we like and give a coating that Krishna likes it. Right? Krishna, because I like it. Then slowly we rise up, like these acharyas, they took raw hot sand. They did not see any difference. There was a great disciple of Vallabhacharya. He's a Bhagavatam speaker. He was preacher, Bhagavatam preacher, Vallabhacharya disciple. He was there in Rajasthan. And wherever he goes, he's such a nectarian preacher. People used to give him gold, money, a lot of dakshina he used to get. Slowly his mind got involved in dakshina. So while speaking itself, he will think at the end of the session, how much gold I will get, So he went and surrendered to Vallabhacharya and said, this is my mind is cheating me. Please correct me. So he said, from tomorrow onwards you make a rule that you will take only basin flour. Basin flour, kadalama. You will take only basin flour. That is as dakshina. So that your mind will not, how much basin flour will take and what he will do. So he will tell all the listeners, my dakshina is only basin flour. So some rich people will give 1 or 2 bags. Somebody will give, this thing. But how much he will carry? He will carry a little bit and he will give everything back. Right? And that basin flour, only basin flour he was taking as dakshina. He used to do chappan bhog with basin flour. Chappan bhog, how many items? 56 items with basin flour. How? He will take one mount of basin flour and say, Krishna, this is sweet. Another mount he will say, this is sour. This is this thing, And he used to invite people and say, come take prasad. People used to say, what we will get from you? You'll get only basin. But one Acharya, Sri Vallabhacharya's son, he came and he honored prasad. He took those 56 mounts and ate. All the 56 were tasting entirely different. And it was so nectarian. Right? We have to raise to the stage where I exist for his pleasure. Now, we are devotees so that Lord will come in my material life and perfect my material life. Right? We are praying only for that, right? Somehow make my life very nice, very sweet, enjoyable one. Are we ready to give up something here and raise? Actually, it is Prabhupada, he is the only person who did it. In the first canto of Bhagavatam, it is said, Bhagavatam is for mumukshubhi. There is a word. Tatrakshanat, that goes like mumukshubhi. Only for spiritualist people who are not at all attached in material life. Only they can enjoy this. But Prabhupada and our Acharyas came and made every householder practice it. We have to be 100% thankful. Otherwise, you will not come to Sri Rangam. If at all you come also, you will stand in a queue, curse the queue, curse all the people, and see, you don't know what you are seeing, right? You will do like that, go, stand in the Puliyodara queue, and we all have come to temples before coming to Krishna consciousness. Yes or no?
Yes.
What were we doing? We will go to Vrindavan and the guide will say, उस तरफ देखो यही रेड फोर्ट है, okay. ये देखो जमुना मैया है, right? And go to Taj Mahal, crematorium. We all did the same, right? There was no change in life. Today, we are able to enjoy every tree, every grass, every holy place because of Prabhupada. One man who walked over the planet and changed the way people thought. We are really grateful. And we now, the whole legacy is standing, it's in our hands. It's a question towards me. Am I also going to live like that or not? Do you all have any plans to retire from Krishna consciousness? Like you retire from your job at the age of 55, any plan? Okay, once I become 50, I will stop chanting. Till then I will stand. Is it like that? This is the thing which we are going to continue till the last breath. So should we be serious or not? Yes. Thank you.